For most of my life, I've tried to be perfect at everything. At work, with tasks, responsibilities, I've always felt this pressure to dive deep into a problem and to solve everything myself and never let anything slip. And you probably have felt that. But a couple of months ago, I stopped doing this as much. Something changed. I stopped trying to be a perfectionist consciously. And honestly, this is what happened that really surprised me. And maybe you felt this too. When your workload just gets heavy and things are busy and you just have this instinct to double down on something specific, be more analytical and be more thorough with things, more everything. But for me, that wasn't going to work in this current role that I'm in. In the past month or two, when the workload got especially high, and it is a high workload, I made a very conscious effort to back off from that and to back off from the perfectionist mindset. And no, it's not because I suddenly didn't care, but I realized that perfection wasn't going to work in actually solving what I was trying to solve, and it was slowing me down. So, in a minute, I do want to tell you the exact shift that made everything feel manageable and honestly healthier. So, first, I want to talk to you about what my days used to look like. So, at work, I deal with all kinds of different problems, as I'm sure you do. Many that are unfamiliar or new issues or things I'm trying to figure out or new problems that I'm unfamiliar with that I don't necessarily know much about. And when something unfamiliar comes up, my instinct is to dive deep, figure it out. What is the problem? How do I make sure that I don't get in a situation where I'm uncomfortable not solving this problem in the future, and to own it? And clients and colleagues, they'll come to me with different issues and information requesting for me to solve a problem, basically, or how to help solve a problem. And I feel this urge to take on this problem. In the past, I would own it. I would take it on as a problem that I have to solve. And, I would take on the whole problem like it was my personal task, and it's not because it was actually my job, it's this natural urge, almost a responsibility to solve it fully, perfectly, even if it meant taking on somebody else's workload entirely. So when your plate is already full, that becomes overwhelming very fast. And you might do this too. A couple of months ago, so I finally said in my role, that's enough. I am going to take a different approach, and I'm trying to form this habit now. So this perfectionism had to go. It wasn't helping anyone. It was slowing me down, making my quality of work lower, stressing me out, and it wasn't producing anything better. It was just making me feel responsible for everything, because then as problems continued or as I wasn't able to solve a problem, then it become an issue. Okay, well, I've taken this on. Now I have to figure it out because the clock is ticking, and I'm not just going to say, well, sorry, I can't help. So I decided I don't have to go above and beyond on every single task. Going above and beyond is great for a lot of things, but I don't have to go above and beyond on every single task. And I don't have to carry everything myself. I just have to do good work consistently. And strangely, giving myself permission to be imperfect actually raised the quality of my work. Because now, instead of obsessing and worrying and stressing, I can focus. And so here's something specific that changed everything for me, right? I built a simple task list. Nothing fancy. I've done it in the past where I maintained something informal, but now I have a formal set task list that I work by. And it's just a place where I put everything that needs to get done. Something that can't get done in the moment comes onto the task list. So if someone asks for something I can't deal with, immediately it goes on the list. Something new comes up. Then I mentally prioritize what truly needs to be immediate, and versus things that can wait. So my goal each day is to shrink this list as much as possible. Push things forward that can wait to the next day, but shrink the list and clear items instead of deep diving into things unnecessarily. Some days the list grows, and it can grow to be a long list, and some days I crush it down because a bunch of little things can get done quickly. But what matters is that I'm no longer letting myself get pulled into every problem like it's this black hole. This one small habit of just writing things down, making the list, and moving on allowed me to maintain this balance to do, wanting to do perfect, but over the top job, from doing that to actually accomplishing more things efficiently and well. Quality, I don't think necessarily has suffered in this case. So I would say that since making this shift, my days feel so much better. It's a mental shift above everything else too. I can do high quality work without burning out. And I get people the information that they need quickly. They're happy, and I'm happy. And everyone's happy. So I move on to the next task without dragging perfection behind me like this big boulder that I have to carry. I'm not saying that I've mastered efficiency. Absolutely not. There's work to do. And I still have to pace myself and manage my energy. But here's the thing I really accepted. Perfection is never going to happen. It's impossible. So why am I chasing it? I had to ask myself, why am I chasing this thing that doesn't exist and can't be accomplished? Letting go, even just a little, has made me better at my job and happier as a person and more present for all of the people that I work with and for everyone that I interact with, including my family. So if you're watching this and if you feel the same urge and the pull to be perfect at everything, let me tell you, you don't have to be. You don't have to be perfect. You can still produce great work. You can still be proud of what you do and do amazing things and still make people happy and deliver the things that you need to deliver. You can take care of your own mental bandwidth. Just give yourself permission to be human. That's all you can be. Because stepping back from this perfectionism, it didn't lower my standards. It didn't lower my quality of work. It just gave me back my mental clarity, my time, honestly, my happiness. And maybe it can do the same thing for you. Have an awesome day. Bye for now.